As I said, as an entrepreneur, the journey is lonely on the top, especially when you are going through a tactful time or time when things are not happening the way that you have planned. Why me? That used to be the most important question from morning to evening. I think this program gave me more than what I was seeing. So B2C is a different beast, and you needed to skill yourself in a lot of things. This program actually helped me to open up to learning many, and that means that your status quo changed. That means that you were able to now accept the things the way they are and upskill yourself to address those.
This is episode number 30 of MSME Talk on the PQ program Success Story, Breakdown to Breakthrough and Entrepreneur's Experience. Welcome back to MSME Talk podcast. MSME Talk podcast is for micro, small, medium enterprises, startups and entrepreneurs, in which we discuss with industry experts and experienced entrepreneurs on specific value addition guidance and solve queries to help build long-lasting businesses. In the world of entrepreneurship, where success stories often take the spotlight, it's easy to forget that even the most accomplished individuals are not immune to the trials and tribulations of life and business. Today meet a high-achieving entrepreneur, Dr. Maya SD, who built a thriving startup valued above 500 crore from the ground up. The name has been changed to protect the identity of the. She is a scientist, serial entrepreneur with 25 years of experience, worked globally. With a track record of success that seemed unshakable, she encountered a crossroads where personal and professional challenges collided. Yet, it's in these moments that we are reminded that entrepreneurs, like all of us, are human beings first. They too can face adversities and setbacks. What set Dr. Maya SD apart is her acceptance, willingness to seek help and support. After that, rising above her intelligence, knowledge and status to humbly trust and surrender into the program and to the coach. To embrace her personal growth, she enrolled in the scientifically researched and holistically designed, internationally recognized PQ program brought to you by MSME Talk in collaboration with Positive Intelligence. Dr. Maya not only navigated through the storm she faced, but emerged stronger and more resilient. Today she is back on the entrepreneurial journey, establishing yet another promising venture. In this episode, we will know the journey, experience, challenges and outcomes of the intensive program which Dr. Maya went through. So now let me welcome Dr. Maya.
You're welcome.
Would you like to share a little bit about your experience and any particular significant thing which you'd like to share?
Hi, so I'm Dr. Maya and been an entrepreneur, in fact, a serial entrepreneur now I can call myself. Been in the biotech space and have been in this journey now for more than 30. I have a PhD and postdoctorate, been in the other western part of the world where I was in working for one of the best pharmaceutical companies as a research scientist. And then my MBA brought me to get into the entrepreneurship mode. When I was in abroad, and that is when I had first time actually understood that there is actually a defined name called mental health. Here in India, we don't recognize it. So people don't understand how to even define it, let alone that you accept that there is a problem. Again, it's nothing to do with my mental health. I'm a very sound person, and obviously, the result is that I'm running an enterprise. But there are times that you need the support system. There are times when things become. There are times that you just need sounding boards. There are times that you want to talk to somebody to find out if everything, whatever you are going through, is good. So here I am today talking to you, Trapti, about my journey. And as I said, as an entrepreneur, the journey is lonely on the top. So it becomes even more important for us. And I come from biotech world, so I work in the area where the mental health is addressed automatically. So that is where I would like. I understood the problem, and I pledge on taking care of it. And really happy to say that since I interacted with you, Trupti, I could have that confidence of actually addressing it rather than putting it or brushing it inside a typical Indian woman who would otherwise not even recognize that there is a problem.
If I specifically ask you, what was the reason because of which you enrolled in the program with me? Were you going through any challenges in your life, or you were just curious about what it is about and let me just learn one new thing? What was the reason?
Both. As a scientist, yes, new things, they do attract me because I see a reason to understand, and I see that curious mind is always wanting to find how does a particular methodology works or area works. But more than that, along with it, I think so. I can say rather than more than that, along with it, I was going through challenges. As I said, I'm an entrepreneur, and entrepreneur's journey is very lonely on the top. So you take decisions. Some decisions are right, some decisions are wrong. The ones which are right brings you the accolades and you're decorated. The same time, with the same speed that you were given the accolades and you found success, with the same speed comes the other part, that are the challenges where the decisions were wrong. And you wouldn't know until you took the decision. So because all those things are in spontaneity. And was going through a couple of challenges, both in an enterprise which I had built from the scratch and had come to a very decent value of some few $1 million. And that's why it was very important for me to kind of understand that emotions are not they are not the strong points right now to take decisions. Mm-hmm. And some of these decisions had to be taken keeping emotions on the bay, which was becoming a little difficult for me.
Okay. Maya, apart from the challenges you were facing in your entrepreneur journey, anything about your personal life, was it impacting your entrepreneur journey? Was it supporting you, or was it draining you, or pulling you down?
My experience said that both partners should not be part of single business. Strong minds, strong personalities, we always ended up stepping on each other's toe, and that did not work very good with me. As much as, and especially in Indian context, there is a very thin line between being a partner versus being a husband or a wife. So it did not work for me, and there were added challenges of not only running an enterprise but also managing the relationship. And as much as we aspire to be the best everywhere, being that super lady or super mom or super person out there, the fact remains that and how many ever you find the ways to deal with it, the fact remains that apart from doing the entrepreneurship, you still have to, take care of the house and the social norms. So things also became challenging because of that. And I was going through a real challenging time at the time that I had met you.
Okay. So your personal and professional both were squeezing you at the same time.
Yes, you can say that.
Okay. And hence you made a choice to at least try and explore this program.
Let's take a quick break.
MSMEs and startups are looking for various kinds of support and upgrade. Are you a product service provider, expert, advisor, consultant, mentor for MSMEs and startups? Do reach out to MSME Talk to list your business. Check the link in the description.
Yeah, I mean, if you do not find any solution, is when you start to look out and see, is there anything that is different, that is available? And initially what happened, there are different stages, as I keep telling you. The first one is that you are in denial. You don't even want to accept that there is a problem. Second is that you are in charge of an enterprise. So you think your life also you can be in charge. And so you try to start taking decisions and try to solve it without even understanding the problem. And that becomes even more cumbersome. And when it becomes more cumbersome, you are suddenly lost now. Because one side you are doing things which are actually making that enterprise go in a direction that the accolades give you that validation that you are right. But the second side, you are not able to handle a simple emotional or a simple relationship, which actually should have gone very smoothly in this whole thing. So, as I said, you can't have it all, but at the same time, one cannot be at the cost of the other. So, as you rightly said, that there was the time and need at least had come where I realized there is a problem, and I realized that it needs to be sorted out with help of what is available out there.
Okay.
So I was actually looking out when of programs and of areas where I could go and open up and talk and whatnot. But a marriage of 20 plus years is a long time for you to just go and empty yourself to end one thing.
If I ask about the outcome of the program, you have almost been in the program since 3.5 months. You finished the program. It's a few months since you have done the program. So what specific changes or improvements you have noticed in yourself as a result of participating in this mental fitness program with me?
First and foremost, I think so, what biggest change that I have seen in myself. I'm one of those person who is action-oriented, go-getter. I don't sit and I can dream, but I don't sit and just talk about it. I think the first thing which has gone into me because of this program, because of the PQ reps, was twofolds. One, that I identified the saboteurs. I had never known these actually, to be truthful. So beautifully, the first part of this program where they identify the saboteurs when you take that test, and you get one report. I was actually shocked. I was actually not ready to take it. And when I read it, I was like, what the hell? It's something new is coming out, which otherwise I would have not known. And those were the saboteurs they were talking about me. And then they gave a rationale to it as to why these saboteurs are there. I think that was an eye-opener, to be truthful. And then those PQs. So the first part was that. And the second part, which I think which helped me, was the PQ reps.
Yeah.
2 minutes just sitting and doing the PQ reps was a monkey chatter at that point.
Yeah.
Which turned into 5 minutes, which turned into 12 minutes. And those PQ reps, the outcome of it, which you are asking me, was one, I identified where the problem was, and two, it helped, those PQ reps helped me to slow down.
Slow down.
Today, even today, even today when I'm talking to you, I'm I understand it properly, and I am well articulated as to what I'm going to and how I'm going to put it. This was not there earlier. I used to simply go and impromptu, I could go and talk to people, only realizing later that many things I should not have talked to them. So this has allowed me, the PQ reps especially has allowed me to slow down. The PQ reps makes that 2 minutes cut time seems like a million years actually. But then it allows me to articulate things. It allows me to understand things. It allows me to get deeper into it. The 5-minute ka PQ rep, it actually allows me to get little clarity. And if the problem is bigger, because entrepreneurial journey is not easy, it requires a lot of strategy thinking, lot of pointing. More so important is that 12 minutes ka thing used to allow me to articulate every single thing for the week, which would then not let me procrastinate. Because you have 100 items to do and you think that, okay, fine, let me finish the chota wala items, small items, and you feel good about it. And that one important thing would always to do things versus the important thing. The difference between those two came only because of those 12-minute PQ reps, which allows me to think that if I don't do these important things, I will always be firefighting with this. So I think
Wonderful.
all the PQ reps actually, they made me go back and take things, or a common word I can tell you is slow down. It just allows me to slow down and understand what exactly is to be done. There's no need for me to rush and prove. And so a couple of things have, sorted out because of it. A change which I'm seeing myself. And because of that, there is peace. I've accepted everything cannot be done in one go. So there is a peace. This week, only this much amount of work can be finished, whether professional, whether personal, whatever it is. But now there is a system. And once the system is set in, all you have to do is follow it with discipline.
Wonderful. So when you joined the program, did you had anything in your mind which you were seeking or expecting? It's a natural, when we get into something, some kind of subconscious or conscious expectations comes in. May I ask you, did you meet that, or that seeking changed or didn't remain?
I will be truthful to you. When I joined this program, I'm a scientist by nature. So, I don't accept things as they are given to me. I will have to rationalize it. Why is it working? Why is it not working? What is it that is there that it will work or it will not? I'll confess to you. What did I do? I read a lot. I read a lot as why is it that my mind is decluttering? Why is it that my mind is keeping at base? Why is it that what is actually happening here? And found a lot of rational or scientific explanation to it over and beyond that. I just took the program by its face value. So when I joined, I didn't know. Really, the first time when I did it, I was like, how am I going to calm down by just rubbing fingers with each other? What exactly is happening? And then I figure out that there is a lot of scientific explanation.
Yes, but if I ask you, Maya, in perspective of your need and requirement, okay, you had certain expectation that you should, before joining the program, that I should be able to be peace, I should have peace in my life, or I should be able to manage my work, or I should be able to have enough strength to deal the challenges you're facing, or maybe some questions you had in your mind which you were seeking answers. Any of these things which you had before joining the program, and after the program, what was the status?
So before joining the program, obviously, I was quite agitated. I was not at peace with myself. I was not, I had lots of questions, especially when you are going through a tactful time or time when things are not happening the way that you have planned. Why me? That used to be the most important question from morning to evening. I think this program gave me more than what I was seeking, not because I have to just say it in front of you, but definitely I would say that this program, I figured out that there is a way to calm yourself down. There is a way to take a back step and say, how is it that I can address it? So that there are no follow-up problems along with it. And so that I think monkey chatter as well as the impromptu ways of doing things came down, which, as I said earlier also, it helped to find peace. It helped to rationalize.
Oh, so you could connect with yourself to find peace. And that was something you were seeking. You were into chaotic mind. Why me? And now, post the program, I can say you were able to know why you.
More than that,
why you not.
More than that, I can tell you it is now not why me. It is try me.
Okay, great. So now, if I ask you during the program when you were doing, and we usually tell the program participants it could become intense. To some of you, I won't say to everyone, but yes, to some of us, it can become intense. The program, the way it is designed. So how was your experience during the program?
what ups and downs you experienced, and how did you overcome those?
Will be again upfront with you that first 2 weeks was like, no, this is not, I can't rationalize it. Unless I found the scientific backup to it, I couldn't rationalize it. I said, I don't know, I'm just taking by her word. Your voice is very soothing. So I just would love to talk to you during those times. And because your voice was soothing and because you were, I found many traits of yours which were similar to mine. I always found a reason to talk. That I wanted to talk to you because I saw that she will not judge me. She will just take it as to the problem. Just the problem she will take, not Maya as not able to solve the problem. There is one way of looking at it. The other way is there is a problem in Maya's life and that needs to be sorted. So yeah, during the program, that is what actually first 2 weeks, though I literally came only with because of your soothing. Then slowly when I figured it out that yes, there is a scientific angle to all these things, my interest got more than what was on. Plus those exercises with Shehzad and plus those, different challenges that he would give us. Those were the ones which actually made me, even today, I go back to them. Even today, after leaving, we are not continuing like how we used to continue. Sometimes it just happens that I'm very, very patchy or very, I'm all over the place. I just find these are very good ones which I have saved it. So those are the ones which I actually go back and still answer those questions. I still take those challenges. And now the answers are different.
Yeah.
So I can see that change happening definitely. So through the program, it was one way of answering it, one way of understanding it. After the program, also there is a different way of understanding, different way of taking it. Every single time the same thing does not come. It comes every single time you don't see the same problem. But the nature is same because one of the saboteurs would be the reason for it.
Yeah.
So definitely it was a very interesting phase. But first 2 weeks, no, I was not there. But after I understood the thing, it was like fun trip.
Fun trip. And you were able to overcome the resistance which your mind was giving.
Yeah. Now that I surrendered to you guys. I said, okay, just do it. Just do it. You don't understand everything, just do it. And then the results came up.
Yeah, certain things in our life, we don't need to put judgment and we just need to accept, and without judging, let's do it. Yes. And then the beauty is that's how we, get the outcome.
That is how we learn new things also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how we become open and we surrender and we explore new things and we see the other world. So if Maya, I ask you about the post program, right? How has the program supported you in building resilience and coping with stress and challenges which you have faced while you were in the program, because you were going through your challenges in your life personally and after the program? Resilience and the stress part, if you can, just tell us how it is helping you.
So as I said, even now I do it. So obviously this is a long-term solution. Things will not happen just because I'll be done with it. Second thing which happened was, since I had started my new venture, obviously it took a lot of my time. It took a lot of my energies. It took a lot of strategizing everything. It's not about just strategizing, putting systems in place, putting people in place, putting other requirements in place, both financial, both understanding the market. And this is a little different market than what I used to do. I'm in the same domain of biotech, but the market is B2C rather than only earlier one. Earlier one was more research based, but this one is more B2C. So B2C is a different beast altogether, and you needed to upskill yourself with a lot of things. Earlier it was like, oh, I have done this for 13 years. Come on, I know this, but it is not so. So this program actually helped me to open up to learning many, and that means that your status quo changed. That means that you were able to now accept the things the way they are and upskill yourself to address those. Personal level, it went even better. There were some decisions to be taken, which I was procrastinating for the longest time. And that fear or that, people's pleasing saboteur, which was the biggest in my life, I think I got a very big clarity on it and took those decisions which were required to. So I think if anything else, what I did was remove all the negativity. or most of the negative. Life is going to be challenging. Life will bring challenges, but now I don't wait for the challenges to come and I react. It's better to do proactively. So I think that is the biggest change that I have brought in.
Mm-hmm. So all which activities of proactiveness and ability to face the challenges and decision making, which you were even for the personal life or entrepreneurship, which you were delaying critical decisions, those part is supporting you in reducing your stress level.
Because action is the mother of everything. So unless you take action, you can sit and dream about problem going away, which will never happen. And for that, taking that action, you needed mental strength. And for getting that mental strength, there is actually a methodology to do it. This was all it was, which I did not understand until I met you.
Yeah.
So, when there is a flow chart can be made, life becomes simple.
That's a scientist speaking.
So that is how this whole thing has come together very beautifully.
Let's take a quick break.
Hey, MSME Talk listeners, hope you have not missed subscribing to our newsletter for the latest news, blogs, podcast updates. Check the link in the description. We don't spam your inbox and hence we do have one of the highest rate of newsletter opening in the industry.
This is what you have experienced so far since you joined the program. It is taking to a level of taking hard decisions which were required in your life, and also bringing you into the slowness and picking up, doing the right things, important things which you have to do, removing the chaos. Now going forward, if I ask you, how has the program helped you in giving you tools which you can continue using for your mental fitness and keeping positive habits in your life?
So there's a book which I had read some time back called Atomic Habits. And Atomic Habits tells you very clearly, unless practice for 120 days, nothing moves. It doesn't become a habit. So in this case, what has happened is this PQ reps have become a habit now. And PQ reps have become a habit for everything. You get up in the morning, you do the PQ rep, even for 2 minutes, because your mind is already having a monkey chatter, but you do 2 minutes, you come in the present moment. The moment you come in the present moment, you have to get up and do the brushing rather than worrying about the sale that has to be closed down. So you finish the brushing and then you do your exercises. Now that has basically shot the good chemicals in your system, whether walk or whether yoga or what. Now that brings in much more at peace. There is a discipline which has to be maintained. One item, second item, third item is over, and you have done your job. That itself brings you on to the peaceful mode. Then you take the next step. Then you take the next step through the day. And this is how you go out back and forth, so that you are able to understand how to decide the whole. So going forward, this 3.5 months that I have been with you has made these PQ reps as a part of my habit. Right from the time that I get up to the time that I eat food, to the time that I go to work and use those 8 hours, to the time that I. So as I said that these tools are being used all through the day, even if as simple as taking breakfast or even having that 2 minutes of PQ rep allows me to enjoy the tea more now. It allows me to kind of be in the moment. So I personally feel that this whole program is quite useful as long as you understand the rationale behind it and the methodology, and then surrender to it and see the beauty. It's a long program, I am very aware, because it's not going to happen in 3.5 months that all my problems will vanish. But at least now I know how to deal with them.
Yeah, that's what it is, where we know things will not change. We have to bring the change in ourselves to deal with them.
Yeah.
If I ask you in perspective of program itself, your feedback, like, did you find the program material, sessions with the life coach and recorded sessions and the resources and the exercises to be practical and applicable to your daily life?
The program is good. Definitely the program gives you a lot of information. Initial days, it was heavy load to digest because how much ever you said, you had to keep faith that it will work for you. You did not have rationals then. And then we saw that suddenly things have started to brighten up. Or it made changes in you enough that you have started to take care of addressing the issue or addressing the challenge, or even happy times also. Some of the times when it was happy times, you didn't shun it off. "Ki, chal, theek hai. This is done now. Next what?" No, it was that actually you sat and you absorbed or digested the glory that you got. So I think more so it brought you in the present moment rather than being in the past and the future, which we do realize we should be. We didn't know how to. I think that is what was the biggest change.
Okay. So the program material and the live sessions which you had and the recorded session, all of that contributed in your...
Yeah. I mean, the first thing was that identification of saboteurs. I think that was the key breaking thing that this program gives, which otherwise we would not have known. See, other people also come and give you the gyan, but then when they give you the gyan, they don't give you the rationale behind the gyan. They're happy to, tell you what you should do rather than understanding why you should do. And it comes and tells me that. So that doesn't work. This one worked, that it allowed you to understand where the issue is. And saboteurs, identification of those saboteurs was the biggest turning point, I guess.
Wonderful. So if I ask you in respect of the coach, how would you describe the support, guidance, and sessions you received throughout the program with your life coach?
So as I said earlier also, that, initial 2 weeks, though your voice was very soothing enough for me to keep coming back and talking. Your voice gave me that one bit, and that was very important. And why I mentioned this, Trupti, is not because I have to. The first 2 weeks were very important because I guess most of the people will feel that way, or at least I felt that if I hadn't you out there, then I would have dropped out of the program. I didn't want one more person now to start judging me. I had enough of things on my hand at that time. So that is the reason I thought that a life coach always helps, and was blessed to have you there. That being said, definitely through the program with the same vigor you took rest of the sessions, then we kind of, were easy to let our steam off in front of you. So definitely a life coach is definitely helpful thing. But I personally feel that, I have not spoken to other people ever, but I found you very, very reasonable. So that's why me bonding with you became much easier. Secondly, you have seen that corporate world. So it was not something that I had to tell you what it is to be on that side of the table. So, that also allowed both of us to kind of have that confidence in each other and address the real issue rather than having to worry as to what you will think of me or what I will think. I think that common point of being an entrepreneur helped.
And our experience of working with entrepreneurs for almost 2 decades of various level and scale. So it does, gave me an acceptance that end of the day, everyone is a human being, even if it's an entrepreneur.
As well as second thing was that obviously you are much more experienced and much more, you know the system, you have followed it for yourself, you have come out of it, and it has helped you. I just kept my faith with you. That's all.
Yeah. And the rule of the program for me or the program, number one is we will not judge you.
Absolutely. That was the big, because when you are an entrepreneur and when you are taking a decision, people depend on that. So you are always constantly under that. Nice to see or feel that you are not getting judged with Tripti, because she is not there to judge you or make your life further miserable. She is there to help you to identify the issues and sort it out, rather than, one more fear of without reason or overthinking. That was not there with.
It has been my pleasure that I got you as my coachee to work upon with, and because we all learn from our coachee. Okay, so I have also learned a lot.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. I think it is give and take for all of us. But especially at that point that it was needed to be done. Had this been after 4 months, maybe it would not have impacted or made a difference what it made. So can't Thanks our stars also that it colluded. But more than that, it was absolute pleasure to go through this journey.
Would you like to share a few lines to inspire others?
Absolutely, absolutely. So as I said, slow down. That has been my mantra. How do you slow down? There are methods that this journey taught me. Do it. Having faith in unknown thing becomes a little difficult initially, but just go through the journey, go through the program, and you'll see the difference. Second thing which I learned through this program is why me can be turned into try me, because you understand now the genesis of the problem and you address the problem, not the person. So be nice to yourself, love yourself. That is the third one. There was one session where actually Trapti had made me do something called unconditional self-love and unconditional self-hug. And when I did for the first time, I was like, what am I doing actually? I don't know. It gives me the strength. So, those are a couple of things that can help you to understand life is as such tough these days because we are all living in that 30-second and 60-second attention span. So it is tough. Small things like what this program teaches you will definitely help you to overcome major problems or major difficulties or challenges. In fact, one big thing which has brought a change in me, Trapti, or this program has brought in changes. I don't say nowadays that I have a problem. I say it's a challenge. And I'm like, ठीक है, challenge hai, we'll sort it out. So, that's absolutely. So I don't even say nowadays problem. So this I did not observe. This was observed actually by my mother. She says, nowadays when I talk to you, you don't say the word problem. I said, what do I say then? She says, you say that there is a challenge. There's a task on hand. So your vocabulary itself has changed. I realized that there are a lot of changes which have come. I am also figuring out even now. But yes, definitely, guys and ladies who would like to take this program, just have faith in the program and go through it. It helps.
Yeah. So great. Thanks a lot for your time, Maya, to coming out and sharing your experience.
Thanks a lot.
This interview underscores a very vital truth. Entrepreneur success is just not about the it's also about the individuals behind and their willingness to seek support to make the journey sustainable. Entrepreneurs are the key men and key women for their businesses, and their well-being is non-negotiable for building and sustaining successful ventures. Mental fitness is a crucial and foundational element for maintaining this well-being. If you are an entrepreneur facing your own challenges or looking forward to upgrade your mental fitness, remember that there is support available. You can reach out to us to learn more about the PK program, which has made a transformative difference in Dr. Maya SD's life and can do the same for you. Let's invest in your mental fitness and your business future growth. This intensive program is trusted globally by founders, executives, employees of Fortune 500 companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Nestle, Singapore, Telecom, US health workers. List is pretty long. This program helps in building higher resilience, improved decision making, stress and anxiety reduction, increased creativity and innovation, access to intuition, enhanced leadership skills, boosted productivity, improved mental health, better work life. You can reach out to us for further information by sending email to connect@msmetalk.com. Thank you.
Hey, if you like the information shared on the podcast, why don't you give some good reviews to us on Apple or Spotify? Through this episode, I hope you would have got some answers to your queries and guidance for way forward. Do share your learnings from the episode, your feedbacks and suggestions. If you are an entrepreneur and have questions from experts or any particular topic or profile of expert you want to hear, or if you are an industry expert with MSME as a target audience, do reach out to us. Our link is given in the description. And at last, please do subscribe for MSME Talk podcast and don't forget to share the podcast link with your friends, family and network. Take care. Goodbye. Happy to to share, MSME Talk podcast enters peak ranking chart of 10th country in the Apple Podcast country level entrepreneurship category. If you are an expert or provide product or services to small businesses, MSMEs and startups, reach out to us to discuss showcase opportunity in MSME Talk. Contact details given in description.